It starts quietly. No one notices it at first. In fact, from the outside, this looks like the best moment of your life. You are standing there. Maybe you are holding the degree. Maybe you are reading the email that confirms the promotion. Maybe you are looking at the bank balance you swore would make you feel safe. Everyone around you is clapping. They use words like proud. They use words like finally. They look at you with shining eyes, and you smile back. You perform the joy they expect to see. But inside, it is terrifyingly quiet. There is no fireworks display in your chest. There is no swelling orchestra of pride. There is just a vast, hollow silence. You wait for the happiness to hit. You check your pulse, waiting for the dopamine. But the only emotion you can identify is a faint, humming relief. Relief that you didn't fail. Relief that the noise has stopped for a moment. And then, 5 minutes later, before the champagne is even warm, a new thought lands in the center of your mind like a stone in a dead lake. What's next? The relief vanishes. The scan for the next threat begins, and you realize with a sinking horror that you are not happy. You are just done. And you have to start all over again. The diagnosis: the arrival fallacy. Psychologists have a gentle name for this. They call it the arrival fallacy. It is the collective delusion that once you reach a certain destination, a goal, a weight, a salary, a person, you will finally reach happily ever after. But for you, this isn't just a fallacy. It is a physiological trap, and it goes much deeper than just setting high standards. You are experiencing something called high-functioning anhedonia. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure, and the high-functioning part, that's the mask. That's the part of you that knows exactly how to look successful while feeling absolutely barren inside. You have spent your entire life believing that your internal state is the result of your external achievements. You thought, if I work hard enough, I will earn the right to feel good. If I am perfect enough, I will earn the right to rest. But you never realized that your brain wasn't wired for the reward. Your brain was wired for the hunt. The origin, the transactional child. How did this happen? You weren't born this way. No infant lies in a crib thinking about their efficiency. This is a learned survival strategy. And usually it begins with transactional regard. You likely grew up in an environment where love or safety or attention was conditional. Maybe you were the gifted kid, the one who was praised for being smart, for being mature, for being so easy. You learned very early that your value to the family system was your competence. You were an investment, and investments are expected to yield returns. When you brought home the A+, you were safe. When you fixed the problem for your parents, you were seen. When you were useful, you existed. So a frantic logic took root in your nervous system. I am what I do. If I stop doing, I stop existing. You didn't achieve things because you wanted them. You achieved them because you were building a shield. Every trophy, every degree, every accolade was just another layer of armor to protect the soft, frightened child underneath. You weren't chasing success. You were running away from the terror of being ordinary, because in your house, ordinary meant invisible. The mechanism, the dopamine prediction error. And now, as an adult, you are stuck in a loop. Neuroscience calls this a reward prediction error. Your brain releases dopamine when you are pursuing the goal. The anticipation is electric. The stress feels like fuel. You feel alive when you are striving, when you are suffering for the cause. But the moment you get the reward, the dopamine drops. Because the safety wasn't in the having, the safety was in the chasing. When you are chasing, you know who you are. You are the worker, the grinder, the one who carries the load. That is an identity. It feels solid. But when you stop, when you sit in the quiet room with the award on the shelf, you have to sit with yourself. Just you. Not you, the manager, not you, the graduate. Just you. And that is terrifying, because you haven't met that person in 20 years. You don't know if that person is enough without the props. So you panic. You feel the void, and to fill it, you immediately find a new mountain to climb. Not because you want to climb it, but because you can't stand the view from the ground. The shift. Witnessing, not fixing. So, here you are, exhausted, successful, and empty. The world tells you to be grateful. Self-help books tell you to practice mindfulness. But I'm going to tell you something different. You do not need to be fixed. You are not ungrateful, and you are not broken. You are a survivor. Your lack of joy is not a defect. It is a testament to how hard you had to fight to feel safe. Your body is simply doing what it learned to do to keep you alive. It is scanning for lions in a library. The emptiness you feel is not a lack of soul. It is exhaustion. It is your soul crying out for a break from the performance. You have spent your entire life believing that you can earn your place on this earth, but you cannot earn what you already have. You are not a stock price. You do not need to go up every day to be valid. The closing vow. The next time you reach a finish line, and that familiar cold silence washes over you, do not run from it. Do not pick up your phone. Do not plan the next project. Just stay. Stay in the void for 1 minute. It feels like death, I know. It feels like you are disappearing, but you are not. Speak to the child inside you who is holding the trophy, waiting for applause that never feels loud enough. Tell them, you can put it down now. We are safe now. I love you when you win, but I love you just as much when you lose, and I love you when you do absolutely nothing. You were trained to believe that you are only as good as your last success. That is a lie. You are the sky, not the weather. The storms of ambition will come and go, but you remain. You don't need to be impressive anymore. You just need to be. You stay.